but that was a rough day.
It's a mind over matter thing at this point. I'm way too far in to turn back or any of that kind of thing, and it's not an option anyway. But I'm shaking right now. I just had a moose come out.
Pushed on, we pushed through, and then ended up being rewarded.
Oh yes, and we got it.
Another beauty brook.
All right, guys, I'm up in Algonquin again. I kind of wanted to do a different trip, but due to the fishing seasons, we're back here. Brook trout, lake trout still open, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I've been waiting to go on a trip. I just haven't been able to take any time off work. So as soon as I was able to, I booked a couple sites and we head up here last night. I got here about 1:30 in the morning. And as you can see there, I was unloading in the dark this morning. So I haven't had much sleep, but I'm just too excited. I want to get out here on the lake. Yeah, hopefully we catch some brookies. A laker on top would be nice. And we're just gonna explore some new waters. Good start so far. I already started in the wrong direction, right out of the launch. It's gonna be a good trip. Oh yeah. All right, that is the first portage. Actually, I've seen a fish jump here in this little bay here, so I'm gonna fish it a little bit. Feels good to be out here. Fall colors are just starting to come on the top of the trees. A little bit of rain today, but it's nice. It's a good temperature. No bugs. All right, the second portage is behind us. I got some firehouse subs last night, but I was in such a mission I couldn't eat while I was driving, and then I decided it would just be better if it was my breakfast. All right, y'all. It is raining pretty aggressively. I know the microphone and these GoPros is crap in the rain, but it's also the only real way I can film in the rain. My financial capabilities. So, I apologize now. Also, Mom, if you're wondering, no, that was not gluten-free bread because it was absolutely delicious. If anyone has good gluten-free options for suggestions, I'm open to them because they're hard to find.
The real stuff's just that much better.
That was so cool. So I was just sitting here getting mentally prepared to take my canoe to the other side of this portage. And one of these ducks just, is it, I'm gonna mess up the name. Moranger or something, I don't know. Anyways, it quacked. So I was like, what the, like it startled me. And then I seen like 5 of them, I thought, but there had to be like 25 of those. That was super cool. Super cool. Alright guys, I'm in the middle of doing the probably the biggest portage of the trip, I believe. I've got my gear here. I have to go back and get the canoe. But yeah, I was just checking out that waterfall I just showed you. And then just before that, I seen these massive moose tracks. They're probably some of the biggest I've ever seen. In comparison to my foot, it's like, well, it's bigger around than my foot, for sure, in the shoe. Yeah. Massive. On the last trip I was trying to get shots of them and they didn't show up on camera as good as they looked in person, but those ones were massive. Anyways, I gotta get this camera back away before I do any damage to it. It's wetter than I would like to be, but yeah, gotta be honest, I am struggling right now. I woke up, I kind of had a slight headache, and then it's continuously just got worse throughout the day. I don't know if that sandwich is part of the deal or just the lack of sleep I've had over the past while now. But I'm hurting. Unit. I'm not making the type of time I would like to, and this was a big day of travel, so it's going to be a battle to make it during the daylight, honestly. But I'm not going to compromise my fishing trip. I'm still going to fish along this river, and when I get to site, I get to site. If I have to set up my tent in the dark, I will. Yeah. Anyways, you're going back in the box. I'm about halfway with the canoe. It is raining pretty hard right now, but I had to take a break. I just feel nauseous when I'm carrying that much weight. I did it the last time and I just pushed through. But after just walking back all that way and then right away trying to carry that. Oh.
The rain does not help this situation. It's a mind over matter thing at this point. I'm way too far in to turn back or any of that kind of thing, and it's not an option anyways. But wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just getting wet. I might as well have the canoe over my head. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of water. Oh, that's cold too. Raindrops keep falling on my head. They keep falling on my head. Oh no, I am not doing good. This is not doing good. Shit. There is fish in here. I just had some bite, but I screwed this up. Such a nice fish. Oh yeah. Oh god. This is a good fish. Oh no. My net job is terrible, but I got it.
Alright guys, it has been quite a while since I've given you an update. I made it through that portage, and then I've just been going down this river system, and it is aggressively shallow. I've just been shooting some shots with the GoPro here, and I mean, I've been hitting so many laydowns, there wasn't a point of showing you everything, but just now I just hooked into my first brook trout of the trip. The big camera out to show it off here. Beautiful little fish here. For this river system, I really didn't expect a fish like this. I had one hooked on just before this, and I ended up losing it right at the boat in the net, and well, at the edge of the net because it wasn't in it. But yeah, I'm super excited. There's fish hopping right here. There must be just this must be just a deep little eddy that they're all kind of stuck up in. To be honest, they're probably just feeding on anything that comes through. So I'm gonna take advantage of it and get a couple more. That's my thumb. That's my thumb. That's my... Oh my god. we're gonna get one here. Get the whole thing on camera. Maybe. Ooh. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a little guy. But they're in here. Still, they have such beautiful coloring on the brook trout. Such cool fish. This looks more like a pike or musky lure, but oh. All right, he's going back in. Might be a goodie. Oh, god dang. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a pretty one. It's a pretty one. It's a pretty one. We're gonna net him. Oh yeah! Yes! Yes! Oh yeah. That's sick. Another beauty. Not huge or anything, but such a beautiful fish. Look at the belly. Look at the belly. That is a beautiful fish. Literally, it's such a cool fish. That's awesome. Last trip I wasn't able to catch any males. The males end up having the red on their stomachs there. And this is a time of year it really starts to get prominent. So hopefully I can catch some more. But like the coloration's everywhere on this fish. So like the patterns, they got the polka dots, pink and then blue around the outside, and then on top, hard to see that, but the patterns on a trout are just remarkable. It's like, I don't know what they have against the rest of the fish in the world, but they gave all the beauty to these guys right here. So awesome. I feel so blessed. Honestly, this day was so difficult to get through right now, and I didn't think I was gonna end up catching any fish at this point. I thought this river might have been a bust. So, yeah. This is what I do it for. Is these moments. Like, life can be so frustrating at times, and lately it's had me beat a few days in a row, you know, and there's been moments, right, and this is one of those moments that you're like, yeah, it's all worth it. Yep. Yep. Yes! Another beautiful trout. So awesome. This, like, remarkable. Oh God, this one is aggressive. This one is very aggressive. Yes! Oh wow. Oh wow. This one's got awesome colors. Alright guys, check this fish out. Another beautiful brook trout. Look at the beautiful colors on here. The stomach. Such a beautiful fish. Hard to believe there's that many around this size in this little body of water here, but pretty remarkable. This one's going back. They have so much fight in them too. Like, I don't know how much those fish would even weigh. They can't be a pound. And they're like trying to bend the rod over and take it away from me. They just don't have the size to actually do so, but they're trying. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, okay, this is what I seen earlier. This is what I seen earlier. I haven't even stopped the camera. Okay, this is what I seen. Which I think these are fall fish. Which is what everything is eating on, you know? Alright, so we're gonna do one more cast in this little spot here. And then I need to get some miles going here. I've got a ways to go and fish to fry. Okay, one more. Alright guys, this one's gonna be the last cast here in this spot, and then we've got to get moving. Oh God, oh God, oh God. This is big. This is big. This is a big one. Big or angry? Oh yes, and we got it. No way. Oh, we lost it in the net. Oh my gosh. No way. Oh my gosh, this is the fish. This is the fish. Last cast, baby. No way. Oh my god. It took me a few seconds to get this one in hand, but this is a healthy brook trout here. The biggest one so far of this trip. Super healthy. Wow. What a beautiful fish. Awesome. Okay, this one's going back. Awesome. Well, there's a fish to end a spot on. That is the fish. What a beautiful brook trout. Oh, soaked. Yeah, baby. Okay. We're just gonna come back and get it because I'm not doing anything in the dark. That's kind of sketchy because I don't want to come back here in the dark. Wow. Oh my god. All right, guys, it is many hours later. I had to really push myself and focus, no more fishing, and get myself here. I just got the tarp set up in time for darkness to overcome me. Yeah, I barely made it. I knew it was going to be a very big day. In a regular day, I think I would have got here maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock. But I was struggling. I really struggled on the portages. I could not keep my regular pace, and even paddling, I wasn't the same. Not until this afternoon when I knew I had to get here was I really able to just force myself to suck it up. But yeah, we made it just in time. I met a couple guys on the river here. They probably think I'm a dork. I almost friggin' flipped my canoe getting into it, and then they passed me as I had my spinner or my spoon stuck in the friggin' tree with just before I started catching all those fish. But they're like, "Oh yeah, I bet you there's fish here, buddy." Anyways, it was a cool afternoon. I'm gonna get to cooking here right away because I just need to eat and go to bed. So I'm going to cook up some trout, maybe snack on some jerky, and then I am off to bed after I clean up this disaster that is my campsite. . Alright guys, here it is. My 3 beautiful little brook trout, fresh out of the river this afternoon. I have to eat it with my mitts because I left the fork at home. I have a lemon pepper seasoning at home that probably would have been really good. I just put some salt on it. Honestly, I just want to eat. But hard to beat fresh trout, especially that fresh. Alright guys, I've made it into the tent here. I did a little cleanup, throwing everything in the bags, just kind of tied it up around. I'll have to redo it in the morning, but it felt a little better to get it cleaned up anyways. Yeah, but I'm still struggling with this headache here. My body and everything feels a lot better. I definitely need to just keep drinking some water and definitely need to sleep here. But that was a rough day. That last portage was like the long one. I barely did it. I went so slow. Like I could barely make steps. Usually like I'm on a man on a mission and I just did not have that in me today. But we pushed on, we pushed through, and then ended up being rewarded. What a spot. I fished along the rest of the river in different areas and kept catching those fall fish, and I've seen little tiny fish everywhere. Caught one more brook trout in a different spot. But other than that, like that was the spot. Like I couldn't stop catching brook trout, and they were all different brook trout. It was amazing, honestly. Like it was the honey hole. I did end up having to skip different spots of the river because I just didn't have the time. So there's definitely some more holes in there for sure, but I've got a full day of river ahead of me, so I just had to suck it up and say, hey, we got a good batch of fish. We're gonna have a full tummy from it, so you gotta settle down. Anyways, yeah, even after the one I said the last cast and I caught it, when I put it back, it initially floated back up, and I went to try and net it again, and then it took off. So I paddled back around to check on it, and of course I had to cast a few more times. Oh, this is the fish. Oh my gosh. Another beauty brookie. So awesome. But yeah, that ended up being the second biggest fish of the day, so I'm kind of glad I did. Anyways, I need to get to bed here so I can be ready for the road ahead. Good morning, everyone. Made it through the night. Sleep was mediocre. I thought I had slept for a long time. Ended up being only like 2:30 in the morning. And then after that, it was just on and off. As you can see, it has begun to rain yet again. It came down pretty heavy at one point in the night there. and now it's just pretty steady. But yeah, feeling much better today. Yesterday was rough. I'm nauseous when I was doing a bunch of carrying weight and stuff, and the headache just wouldn't go away, but that is gone now. I feel so much better. So I'm excited for today. Morning's gonna be a little bit rough. All my clothes are still wet, and I'm not going to wear dry clothes, so it's a little cool this morning, but it's part of the game. I met the guys there yesterday I was talking about, and they said that yesterday was majority of the rain. This morning it'd rain a bit and hopefully taper off in the afternoon, so it's all I can look forward to. I'm not really concerned. Once you're out here, you're out here. The weather is what it is, and you just gotta accept it. So anyways, I'm going to eat jerky for breakfast this morning because I, of course, don't have a utensil just yet. And some coffee to get us going. Anyways, I'll get that into me, clean up the site, and then we will get out on the canoe. I just did a portage there, 460 meters, nothing too big, but it's on the side of this crazy ravine. It looks pretty cool. Still raining pretty aggressively, honestly. When I had read the forecast earlier this week, it said up to 25 mils, so it could be a lot of rain. Anyways, I've got a long paddle ahead of me, lots of river to cover here. Only 2 more portages today, which is nice, and one is very minor. So yeah, I'm gonna keep paddling, fish when I see something that looks worthy, and see what we find along the river. All right, I'm shaking right now. I just had a moose come out and cross this river system. I started fishing this little corner pocket, got a bite, and then just got stuck into this corner and heard just a loud crashing noise. Like, my hands are just vibrating, probably the camera is too. And it came out. I got a little clip here on the GoPro, and then I tried to get my big camera out, but he passed too quickly. I should have just recorded it on this, honestly, but so cool to see that. Like, unfortunately I didn't get too much on camera, but so cool to see that in person. Okay. Definitely not the species we're after. Caught a ton of these on this trip. This is a nicer fish. Oh my god! Okay. Oh my god, this thing is... What the fuck? Yeah, I got it. Okay. Wow. Look at the size of this thing. I can't even grab it. It's a weird looking fish. Okay. Look at the size of that. That is almost bigger than the brookie I caught yesterday. It might even be heavier. So cool. I definitely thought I caught a brook trout there.
fall fish. I just keep calling them that. But that one was a giant. I just caught 3, one after another. I've found so far that if I keep catching those in a spot, that seems to be all I catch. They nibble a lot, and if I slow down my retrieve, that's usually when I catch them, whereas the brook trout are way more aggressive. So anyways, if you're fishing in a river like this and that's happening, that is what I've learned so far. Came across 3 otters. The 2 came towards me and were making like almost growling or making some sort of sound there. I think they were just trying to distract me from the baby. Super cool. This time I just used the GoPro. Didn't try to get the camera out. Hopefully the audio is not too bad, but wow, super cool. I thought they were gonna come right up to the canoe there. Like they were coming right at me. Wildlife today, baby. So cool. When I planned this trip, it was mainly around fishing, but I knew there was the opportunity to see some moose. And well, it happened today, like out of nowhere. And then, I mean, otters as a bonus, that's pretty freaking cool. I love it out here. I love rivers, man. Rivers are awesome. Sticks. Oh. If I get a canoe, except Jeremy, has a paddler. Has a paddler. I don't know what's going on, just bumping rocks. This point, nice. Oh, that's a rock. Oh, it's okay. 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 Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. This is crazy. That's it. Oh. Oh. Oh my God.
Alright guys, it has been quite some time since I updated you. I made it through that river system. I can't believe the amount of rain that's come down. In the last 2 days, it's been crazy. My gear is so soaked. Like, the pants I was wearing, the brown ones, are such a light pant, and right now they're like 10 pounds. It's crazy. I got all that stuff hanging up in the background there, but yeah, I was so cold when I got here. I've gotten long johns all on, sweater, pants, just trying to keep my body warm. I really don't want to go around and cut firewood, I'm not gonna lie, but I think I'm gonna have to just to try and get my boots dry. They're soaked. Oh yeah. So the portage to get in here. I said screw it, I'm not walking on this log. I took a step down and I went past my knees in mud. Here's a clip, but I've swore so much I can't really put the audio on it. Ah! You fucking... Ah! Fuck me. Oh my god. So yeah, that's how my day was going. Knee deep in mud, soaked to the bone, and freezing. But I seen a moose, so I mean I can't really complain. I showed the GoPro clip earlier, but here's what my camera clip was of. My hand was shaking so bad I couldn't get the microphone hooked up properly. Oh, life lesson was learned then. So dumb. The videographer part of me just wanted to get the perfect shot and get this tight zoom in, and in reality the best thing would have been to just keep the GoPro running. Whatever camera you got, use it. Casey Neistat says that, and it's true. It would have been way cooler to see the moose walk across the river than to see the moose start to cross the river. So, lesson learned, boy. Anyways. I need to chill. Alright, I finally got a fire going. It took a little while, of course, with wet wood. Got the boots almost dried out, and I guess I also need some new ones. Turns out they were water resistant but not fire resistant. Weird. Anyways, I had to make my little spoon here. It's not much of a spoon, but it's gonna work. It doesn't work very well. But yeah, I'm gonna destroy this food and possibly go out on the lake after. But I might just call it a day. Alright guys, it's the end of another day. It was a tough day again, this time because of the rain. It was very wet and cold. Rain isn't as bad when it's like 15 degrees or higher, but when it's under, it soaks right through you. So I was definitely feeling it by the time I got to site, but I got lots of layers here to keep me warm. The only thing looking forward is that I have less layers that are dry to trek with, so hopefully it stops raining at some point tonight and that's the end of it for the trip. But I won't let the rain ruin what magic I did have, and to see that moose, like, one, I wasn't expecting it. Wouldn't have seen it if I wasn't casting in that little corner there. And although I fumbled it to try to share it with you guys, I still got to have this moment of watching this moose go across the river, and as I'm trying to get the camera together, he stops before he goes off the other side of the river and just stares at me, and we have this moment. And that's what I was trying to capture. That's what I wanted to capture, but I'll get another opportunity one day. Yeah. And then wildlife in general was awesome. I seen 6 otters total, a bunch of Canadian geese, ducks everywhere, herons. It was just magic out there, honestly. It was very cool. And then no brook trout, but we did get that massive fall fish, whatever they're called. So that was cool too. I thought it was going to be a brookie just because I was like, there's no way. But that thing was huge. Anyways, I was looking at the map there, and I have got a big day ahead of me. Each day of this trip is big. Made good time today, mainly because I wasn't fishing that much. So I've kind of had some time to rest and recoup for what's ahead, but yeah, I intend on doing it in the 4 days, which it's gonna be a big accomplishment if I can pull it off. But anyways, we got to well, take it one day at a time. So yeah, I'm gonna head to bed, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of my canoe trip here. It was a very, very cold morning. I had all the layers on, and until I got some coffee and some warm food into me, I was shivering, honestly. It took me a little bit to get ready this morning. I've got all my gear here, just got to throw it in the canoe. But I was just really trying to avoid putting damp clothes on. But it started to like mist again, and I had a dry sweater on. I was about to put under this wet rain jacket, and I was like, okay, keep the dry sweater for later. Put the wet stuff back on. Anyways, now that it's on, I feel good. Thankfully, my boot is still working, even though it's burnt off if you missed the last portion of this. Anyways, I gotta get this canoe loaded up. We got a big day ahead of us, and I can't waste any more time.
All right, guys, I made it through the portage. I am now on the two biggest lakes of the trip. Well, biggest lake and then the next biggest lake, which will be Big Trout Lake and White Trout Lake, both pretty popular lakes. I'm a little nervous because it's windy today, and those are definitely some big water. So hopefully the wind is in my favor. Yeah, the lake I was just on actually was really cool, and one of those lakes you could probably stay a couple of days at. The only thing is the distance to get there is pretty ridiculous. Like, without doing it the way I just did it, and smashing it out and getting there in 2 days, it'd take you 3 days for sure. And then if you stayed a couple of days there, you're already looking at a 5-day trip before you leave that lake. So you're looking at 7-8 days with that lake being your goal. So anyways, that is not cool. Oh yeah, and it's still raining. Alright, I've made it to the campsite here. I stopped to have like a snack and kind of just catch some wind here. Well, I'm catching a lot of wind the whole way. It is crazy out there. I actually almost tipped in white trout. I tried to realign myself because I was getting pushed so hard by the wind, and I just caught. I almost caught in the water, thank God. I'm in a kind of better areas now, better water, but it's like a valley, so the wind is just pounding, and of course, no matter where I go, I find headwinds. Yeah, I would consider honestly staying here, but this site is like just wide open, so it would be a long haul just to sit here and wait this out. So I'm gonna keep pushing. It might take me a long time, but that's okay. That's just kind of the way it goes. All right. Yeah, it's windy in here. All right, I have made it to the portage, which is supposed to be into the last lake of the day, but I might push on to make tomorrow a little bit easier. We'll see what the wind is like, but I've done a horrible job, I feel, filming today. Honestly, the wind has been ridiculous. It is still raining. Like, it's not raining hard, it's just been misting the entire day, which is no good for my main camera. And then I've just been having some battery issues as well with the GoPros. But anyways, I've made it across this bay. There wasn't much to see, honestly. I've just been paddling and paddling and paddling and haven't been able to stop, otherwise I'd start heading the other way. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna grab the canoe and we're gonna get to the other side of this portage. My body is sore, so is my mind. keep going, 'cause I don't have time for none of this nonsense. Keep it up, and you'll be back in the street where you belong. The beaver dams, man, I've been lugging this thing over beaver dams. I smashed into some rocks. I've been pretty aggressive to her, and like the underside still looks great. So this Eskeef Adirondack is a sweet canoe. I was a little nervous of just because of the size, but this is like the perfect size for soloing. I guess depending on the length of trip you do, but I've got all my gear in here that I want, and I'm comfortable, baby. But yeah, anyways, just impressed with this thing. All right, I have made it to my destination lake for the night. Very beautiful lake here. It's Macintosh Lake. I was here a couple years ago when I did my big trout loop. Something about it, as soon as I came onto it, it's got a feeling in the air, you know? I actually seen the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen at this spot. Anyways, I would stay here, but I do want to take away some time from my trip tomorrow because I have a 4-hour drive after I get back to the access point. So I'm gonna push on. I'm putting the life jacket on. I had a pretty close call earlier and I should have already been wearing it. I got into the headwinds when I figured out, yeah, I should be wearing this friggin' life jacket. I know you should always wear a life jacket. I'm sure there'll be people that say that. I don't, okay? I don't, and I should more often, and I am going to right now. So there you go. Anyways, it's definitely some wind out here, so I'm gonna take my time, be safe, and if I can't make it across, I'll just camp. It is what it is, right? Here we go. Temperature has changed quite drastically. It's so much warmer than it was this morning. Oh yeah, by the way, there's whitecap winds. Finally, after what seems like a decade, I am able to actually get the big camera out and film some things. Feels good. Definitely was thinking I was gonna have to pull my canoe over those logs and was not looking forward to that. I'll take that as a win. Oh.
Well, another day is behind us here. It was a very big day. Headwinds almost everywhere I went. A few times it was a tailwind, but wow, I almost tipped the canoe in white trout, which was very scary. Really eye-opening. I've paddled a bit here, but I don't have years and years of experience, so I learned something on that point. I was crossing the lake and the winds were coming into me, and it was like pulling me, on me, like twist me. So I was trying to over paddle on the one end to catch it, and it wasn't working, so I tucked my paddle on the other side to try to bring my tail out, and it almost just immediately. It was scary. So yeah, don't do that is the lesson there. But yeah, most of the lakes I traveled today I have already been through myself, so there wasn't much new on my end to see, just seeing it from the opposite direction. I did see a bald eagle going through Grassy Bay area, which was cool to see. This afternoon, when the sun came out, honestly changed my entire mood. I was getting pretty down about this whole trip, and it's been a grind. It's been a real grind. I've been pushing myself. My body's hurting. Just wet and cold, wind. It's been a lot. And then the sun came out this afternoon, and I was like, I'm going to pick the perfect site to watch the sunset, and captured a cool sunset. And everything changed. My whole demeanor. I feel so much better. It's like, I was like, oh, this is why I love this stuff. Like, so beautiful. Just on the side of a lake somewhere. Love it. Oh yeah, pro tip. You know those like backpackers pantry pouches, the dry foods, or what's that called? Dehydrated meals. So I had that, and I had a sidekick, and sidekick looked terrible, didn't have much flavor. Pad Thai always tastes pretty darn good, so I mixed it together. Still tastes the same as the Pad Thai, but I had way more volume, because if you're like me, you're on a calorie deficit and you need as much calories as possible. So you can up your dehydrated meals by just getting more noodles or whatever filler you want and get more bang for your buck. Yeah, I need to get some rest here, so I'm gonna shut it down. Still a big day tomorrow, but I've taken some off my plate by cheating today and jumping ahead a couple lakes, so should have a little bit more time to fish and enough time to get home tomorrow night. Alright guys, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Started off the morning by getting the coffee going and some oatmeal. And doesn't it start to rain yet again? Kind of the story of this trip. But it's slowed down, it's just kind of drizzling now. So hopefully it stays this way for the rest of the day. But yeah, I'm just getting my canoe loaded up here. And I just get ready to take off. I've got a few lakes, a little bit of river today. Couple of portages, still a good day of travel, and then a 4-hour drive home. So I've got to keep a steady pace for sure, but I am going to fish my way out of here. I'll troll through the lakes, do some casting in the river, and hopefully we can get one more fish for this trip. Yeah, we got a day ahead of us, so let's get on our way. There goes my spoon. That lure has been responsible for catching me my first lake trout. We got a fish. No, he's wrapped in the net. He's wrapped in the net. All right. Oh, we're gonna lose it all. Oh, yes. No way. Oh my God. Okay. I was starting to get doubts that I may even catch one on this trip. No way. My first lake trout. Oh my God, that's a beautiful fish. That is so cool. Oh my God. My last lake trout I just got on a trip this spring. And at least 50 other fish. That is by far the main lure I use anytime I troll, and in turn catches me the most fish because you're covering the most water when you troll. This spoon has a lot to live up to. And it has no idea. Alright, I have completed the last big portage of the trip. It's only a kilometer, so it's not terrible. But they're all under 500 from here, which is great. I'm honestly stoked about that. But yeah, I just crossed another lake there. It started to rain again when I was on the portage. So, anyways, I'm into a river system now, which is supposed to have brook trout. So this is my last big hope on brookies, at least. There's still brookies in some of the lakes, but you know, I do want to get home to them. It's back in so much heavier. Oh God. Beaver dams, baby. I love ones you can just paddle in. All right, just made it to another portage. Have another small one coming up. But I also have this massive beaver dam to climb over. I honestly wish the portage was like 100 meters longer so I could just skip all that, because I'm gonna have to unload the canoe for this one, I think. That's a bacon. Well, guys, that is the end of this canoe trip. Just for some clarity, both of these past two videos were filmed last year. The first one was my spring canoe trip, and the one you just watched was filmed this fall. Both of these trips were amazing in their own way, but also very similar. Brook trout was the goal. We found them. Heavy rain was in the forecast for both, and we pushed through it. And there were also some big travel days. I was really pushing myself in both of these 5-day trips, condensed into 4 days. And you know what? I like putting myself in these kind of corners, seeing what I can actually do, pushing myself that extra step further, because even though it's tough at the time, it's well worth putting in that extra effort to get to the other side, whether it's what you get to see when you get there or what you find out about yourself along the way. It's something I absolutely love about canoe camping. It isn't easy. Some days are great, some days aren't, but that is the beauty of it all. Anyways, I could ramble forever, so I'll just get to it. Editing these two videos was amazing. I am super excited now to get out on a canoe trip. I kind of love the fact that I re-released these as a movie in the spring, because it also gets me excited for what's to come this year, this season right now, the in-between season. It can be tough. There's excitement in the air, but it isn't quite here, but it's coming faster than you think. So for everyone that's getting their canoe trips planned right now, I hope you're as excited as I am, because there's just so much to do, such little time, and we have to get out there and get after it. I want to thank everyone that sticks along to this point, because it is probably an hour and 20 minutes in, and I know this is a long time to sit here and watch your phone or watch on the TV. So thank you for watching. Thank you for all of these subscribers. The channel is growing faster than it ever has before, and I'm just so grateful. You know, I love doing this. I love being in the outdoors. I love catching fish. I love capturing it all on camera, but you guys are what makes it worth it. Yeah.
it's been a long haul. I've been doing this for a while now, and it's cool to see the ball rolling. Anyways, I'll stop. I got to get this video finished up onto the internet tonight, and then we will be out camping this weekend while you're watching this video. So anyways, thank you all. I appreciate your support. And until next time, just keep going. One day at a time.